Happy Valentine's Day. Today I'm going to help you figure out what motivates your spouse. Yes, you heard it right. What motivates your spouse? And guess what? Nagging doesn't do it. You know, in that movie with Mel Gibson where all the women suddenly he can hear everything they're thinking? That movie called What Women Want? Men think they want to know what women want, but actually, they might not really want to know everything a woman's thinking. Because as Mel Gibson walked around, he could hear all the gossip, he could hear the frustrations, he could hear the thoughts from every woman, and he thought, oh my gosh, I don't even want to hear this, right? Well, today, I want to share with you remember the fact that we all think differently. That means you and your spouse think differently, we act differently. And we, listen to this, respond differently to things. And most of the time, we only can see our perspective. How we see things colors everything else. It colors how we hear things, it colors what we think somebody else wants from us. How we think, how we act, and how we respond is different. And that's a really important thing to know because guess what? We all have different emotions. Some of us cry. Some of us scream. And some of us simply close down. And whether you're a male or a female, that doesn't matter. Some scream, some cry, some close down, some get their feelings hurt. We all act differently. So, you know what? When my kids were small, I remember getting so frustrated. You're constantly washing clothes, picking up stuff from the kids, making dinner, cleaning up dinner, and it just goes round and round and that round. And, some people love a little change in life, and I happen to be one of those. And there's not a lot of change in motherhood or fatherhood, either one. It's like you keep doing the same things day in and day out, and it gets a little frustrating. Well, I got so frustrated with my kids that, when one day, a lot of times we get mad and it goes away. And one day it just didn't go away. It lasted for a few days. I swore to them I was going to put a sign in the yard that said, Mom on strike. I didn't actually do that, but boy, I thought of it so much that I could about imagine that it was there. But I stopped cooking dinner. I didn't wash clothes. I didn't pick up people's stuff. I just stopped doing everything for a few days. I was so very mad. And when we're angry, that's not the best place to be. But guess what? It's a funny memory now. I take it in a funny way. But what if you could know actually what motivates your spouse? And what motivates you. So what I want you to do is, as you listen to this, when you hear what motivates you, throw it in the comments. Let's share. We're all different. And when we can learn to understand how we're all different, then we can learn to work together better. And even for people at work teams, this makes a difference. All of these things make a difference. But when you're living with a person at home, day in and day out, understanding a little more of how they think and what motivates them is everything. Because guess what? They're probably not thinking like you, and the same things just don't matter to them as they do to you. So first of all, there is this personality style. Listen careful. They are very determined. They are competitive. They're strong-willed. I bet you're thinking of somebody right now. They're pioneering. They are actually a very powerful decision maker. They got it going on. They're great at work. But guess what is important to them? They are motivated by new challenges. They're motivated by new challenges. Sometimes they're married to a person who's too easy. They always say yes. They're too easy. There's no challenge. They need a little challenge. So don't be afraid to share what you're thinking. It'll be okay. The next person is very optimistic. They are very persuasive. They're a talker, should I say. They're really enthusiastic. They're excited about life. And they're very trusting. But they're motivated from not having too many rules, and they're motivated by praise and acceptance. They just want to be accepted and cared about from you. And so when you're at this style, praise and acceptance get you better results. This is what they're motivated by. The next style is, remember to throw your comments out there if that was you. The next one is, this person's really predictable. They don't like a lot of change. They're conservative, systematic. They have a way they do things. And guess what? They're super patient. They're that super patient person who is always there for you. Safety and security is important to them, and that helps motivate them. But they also need to be recognized for their loyalty and their dependability. They need to be recognized for their loyalty and their dependability because they're always there for you. They just need for you to tell them, thank you, I really appreciate you. The last person is very diplomatic. They're very accurate, cautious, and yes, they're often called a perfectionist. It might be a perfectionist in several areas, in every area, or maybe only just a couple of areas, but they're a perfectionist. They like limited social time, so they're not super social, and they're motivated by, you can guess it, high standards. That goes right along with perfectionism, right? They're motivated by high standards. And so, if they are married to a person who does not have high end standards, maybe they're an excited, enthusiastic person and they don't pay attention to all the details, then you need to figure out what's most important to your spouse, if this is their style, and try to do better in that area. So, the truth is, we're all motivated by different things. We all have different emotions and we react differently to things. We all have different expectations of what we want and expect in life. And here we are on the 14th day of the Valentines challenge. And the importance is being in tune with one another, paying attention to one another, unconditional love, really paying attention and being supportive, making sure we do our part. And I can't control the other person, but I can control me. I can't control how they think about things, but I can control me. So, what did you need to pay attention to today on this Valentine's Day to make your spouse feel more loved, more important? And I bet you even found out something about yourself and how you are motivated. So, put it in the comments. What motivates you? Because when you put your thing in the comments, that motivates me because I love helping you find love, peace, contentment, support, just that, peace, and a loving marriage.